What's up, guys? Exo Vendetta here. Honestly, I just want to tell you that I've loved 2017. It was a great year for me, and I hope it was great for you guys. You can let me know that down in the comments below. But today I kind of wanted to talk about my 5 favorites. Whether they're remasters, whether they're new titles, it doesn't matter. If it came out this year, that was my favorite game. Period. Doesn't matter what it is. Remasters count. Remakes count. Anything counts. So, as we all know, there's dozens of games that came out this year, and there's going to be a lot more in 2018 to come. And honestly, I just wanted to take this time to tell you my top 5 favorites out of all year long. My 5 favorite games I enjoyed the most, really, off camera or on camera. I really just wanted to share that with you guys. So, without further ado, drop a like on this video to help me out, guys, and let's go ahead and get into my top 5 favorite games of 2017. Oh, and of course, Happy New Year. Fortnite was a fun game and a fun experience for me for 2017 because at first it was hard for me to get into it until I finally got, the hang of it, really. It was definitely different than other shooters that I've played. I realized that PUBG and Fortnite have really popularized this type of new style of shooter. Basically, it's like you and 99 other players fight it off in a battle royale. Pretty much that sums it up, but it was like so fun. And the concept, if you would have been told that, you probably would have been thinking, that doesn't sound like much of a fun game. It sounds like that'd get boring. But actually, in reality, this has really kept my interest all year. I think I've played more of this than I have Call of Duty or Star Wars. And that's a lot to say for AAA games, because, I mean, they've come out so many times, you'd think they would actually make a game more replayable than this. But sadly, Fortnite kind of took over my time during my online gameplay sessions, because with friends, this game I think is up to par with any other multiplayer game out there. I feel like if you had a group of friends, you'd have just so much fun on this game. It's such a fun, fantastic game, and you can even play by yourself. It maybe not as fun without friends, but I guarantee you Fortnite's still a fun game, just like PUBG is, and I recommend you guys try these out if you haven't already. Either one will be good. NieR Automata. If it isn't ass, it's gameplay. If it's not gameplay, it's the soundtrack. What is there not perfect about this game, guys? Well, if you want an answer to that question, I'm going to be honest with you. There's hardly anything out there in 2017 that really caught my eye as good as this one, and they didn't even need multiplayer to keep it lasting. The popularity in this game just took off because of 2 things. What I just said, ass, and of course, just the visual beauty of it. If you ever play this game on console, I don't know what they did to trick your eyes, but I swear to God, it looks like you're playing on a PC sometimes. I think it's an outstanding game, and I feel like this game is going to last for ages, just like Skyrim or Shadow of Colossus. I feel like this game is going to be on a mantle, and it's going to stay there for a while. NieR Automata is definitely a game that if you haven't played this year, you should definitely play it now. I wouldn't really call it, well, it is a JRPG, but also you don't really there's certain elements of it that's a JRPG, but it feels so different than an average JRPG, if that makes sense. There's just an edge in it. It's an edgy game, and there's something different about it that I think fits it so well, and it just feels comfortable when you play it. The game is a open world RPG where you play as these androids sent to Earth to figure out a mystery that is going on Earth with these machines coming around and about that are destroying and wreaking havoc. Now, if you really want to try this game and you don't want to spend your, too much on it because you're not for sure, like let's say you're a guy that's not into JRPGs, you literally don't even have to be into JRPGs to like this game. The mechanics and the controls are very simple. There's not much complication to it. At the end of the day, it's still a button masher. There is no turn-based. There will be no complications. It's literally just a hack and slash open world RPG. And if you're into those styles, this game will fit your criteria no matter what. So anybody out there, whether you're into JRPGs or not, this is a very simple game to learn and play, and it's very fun too. Just from the visuals and the soundtrack, like, it feels like a very old retro game. Like, I feel like this could have came out years ago on PS2, well, if it was powerful enough. I don't know, just something about it feels old school. It doesn't feel like a brand new game, you know. Honestly, it's worth the pickup now, because now that we're going into the next year, a lot of games from this year will go on sale for the New Year's. And if this is on sale on the PlayStation or Xbox store or on Steam, recommend picking this game up, because it's such a genius game. Seriously, check it out. Yakuza Zero, another good one from 2017 actually. I don't know if you guys remembered this game or if you have played it, but this game was kind of an underdog this year. I feel like this game was kind of like back in the day when Sleeping Dogs came out. It was a decent game, but it didn't get much notice or notoriety. Yakuza Zero is based in Japan, obviously, where there is only subtitle English. You can't actually put it in English, you know, it's only in Japanese. So if you're not a fan of that reading, you know, stuff, this isn't your thing. But if you are, and you do like the wacky Japanese games that don't take themselves serious, this game is absolutely for you. It'll give you shits and gigs, and it'll obviously give you a pretty good storyline, because I don't know what everybody else thought about it by looking at it at GameStop or on Steam, but honestly, from a person that's played it, I kind of liked the art style and the design of it. It felt like I was actually playing in a Japanese or Asian drama. I don't know if you ever watched one, but those get pretty serious but also funny at times. I watch a lot of Korean and Chinese and Japanese dramas on Netflix, and I gotta say that playing Yakuza Zero, I feel like I would have watched it on a TV just as much as played it on a console or PC, because Yakuza Zero is just one of those games where it's okay to laugh at it when there's serious moments, and it's okay to take it serious during laughable moments. And you would get what I mean if you actually played it. There will literally be scenes where someone will die or something bad and negative will happen, but there's some dumb crappy stuff that happens right after that. It's just one of those wacky, you know, games that feels like it's a 90s game, and it feels so good, because if you ever grew up in the 90s like I did, it really is a fun experience. And even if you're younger, I recommend you should try it. It's a fun game. It'll get you immersed, like I said, if you're into that. And Yakuza Zero has definitely got me hyped up to get Yakuza 6 this year, coming out in 2018. And yes, Yakuza 6 is not a remake, nor already in Japan. Yakuza 6 is actually the next installment to the franchise, so it's going to be brand new, and it's coming to the US in Japan, and I'm looking forward to it, guys. So if you really want to see if you'd like Yakuza 6, I recommend either renting this or trying it from a friend if you don't want to spend your money on it and you think it's not worth buying. Just get your hands on it and try it, and see if you would probably consider getting Yakuza 6. Definitely wouldn't be a waste of money, and you would sure as hell enjoy it all the way through to the end. In my opinion, Assassin's Creed Origins has revamped the franchise, taking it to new heights, and honestly, it deserves a lot more respect than what it's getting. And I mean that in the most serious tone. Honestly, guys, don't compare this to other Assassins. Comparing it to a game when you haven't played it is wrong. I don't care. That's like comparing World War II to Infinite Warfare, and that's just your final judgment on it. You're an idiot. Definitely try it out, because anybody that's played Infinite and World War II, there is huge differences. Just because they're the same franchise don't mean crap. Same thing goes for Origins. Do not compare it to Unity, anything like that. Black Flag even. Yes, even that. Don't compare it to no other Assassins. Just shut up and play it. That's all I can say. If you want to play this game and experience its full experience that it has to offer, you have to let go of thinking of old Assassin's Creed games. It's completely different. It's actually an RPG system now, an actual RPG system. It feels different. You know, when you level up, you earn your way up through the ranks. It's a really fun and addictive gameplay. The fighting combat is very simplified but fun, and I just feel like at the end of the day, if you're going to go into this game trying it, try it with some brains. Play it smart, guys. Don't compare it to other games and say, oh, I don't have to play it, I already know what it's like. It's just like, what's that game? Syndicate? No, don't do that. You just look stupid, okay? Seriously. Take it from someone who's played this and got tired of the old ones. I was one of them that didn't like Syndicate or Unity. I did like Black Flag, and I did like the Ezio trilogy, you know, the old school classic, and I liked the original Altair game, you know. But the thing is with this, it's different. It really is. From the Easter egg thing with a Final Fantasy little twist on it and stuff, I liked that. The map was massive. The graphics was beautiful. Honestly, Assassin's Creed Origins is probably my favorite game, almost, of 2017. Hence why it's in second place, of course, you know, hint hint. But honestly, guys, Origins was a fun experience for me. I can't wait for the DLC content in January and March. And honestly, I hope that they keep adding to it over time in the future. Maybe a second DLC season pass would be great. Adding just more DLC on top of it, because I really would hate for this game to die anytime soon. And, you know, that's just the God's honest truth. I feel like you guys would definitely love this game as well. So like I said, this game's number 2 on my spot. It's fun, it's a great experience, and yeah, check it out. Resident Evil 7. What can I start with? Well, let's start with what the 3 things I liked about it most. 1, obviously, I'm a horror fan. What the heck do you think, guys? I love horror games. It's ridiculous. If you love horror games and you don't like this, that's ridiculous. This is definitely one of the highlights of 2017 for horror fans. This game was great. Horror games was just, growing up was amazing. I remember playing on the 360 games like Condemned, Alan Wake, and it was just good games. But the thing is, they were good with a story too. And Resident Evil 7 was, you know, a good storyline horror game. It had a great storyline with different characters, and they each had their own characteristics about them, their own ego. I feel like the voice actors did a great job, and I feel like everyone in this game took good of their teeth too. Honestly, the game was amazing, and I have nothing negative to say about it, but everyone does. I guess the thing I could say about this game is I wish it was longer. You know, Capcom, if you ever watch this, I doubt you will, but if you do, by any chance, I recommend maybe making a 15-hour, maybe 20-hour long story campaign, because I feel like for a game like Resident Evil 7, people wanted so much more. You know, and even though the DLC was good, actually, I gotta hop on this real quick, this subject. The DLC for this game was really good. I was impressed by it, because not only did you have other game modes, like Jack's Birthday, or that one Horde mode, I think is what it's called, there was like a challenge to it or whatever, I don't know, but like, I liked how they added other game modes for replayability. Like, you can come back and play something else if you just don't want to play through the same cutscenes or the same missions all the time. They had a variety of stuff to do. And also there was like plot holes and stuff that you had questions about that they kind of answered through these extra DLCs, including, you know, with Zoe or Chris Redfield, and it kind of like, you know, gave you more of an in-depth, you know, analysis of the game, and made the characters feel more important to you, because you got to know more about them and seeing what their situation was like, you know, during these events with Ethan. And I feel like in general, guys, this game has a lot of potential and opportunity behind it, and for the next one, I hope that Capcom doesn't change anything. God, don't. I feel like with everything that I've said, I think they should just improve on it. You know, make it just like Resident Evil 7, but fix some of the things that people wanted fixed, and, you know, add or change some of the things people wanted it to change. And just improve on Resident Evil 7. Don't change it and make a whole new, don't do that. Don't even go back to third person. I feel like the first person angle, whether it was inspired by PT or not, I feel like the first person camera angle was the way to go with this franchise. And I feel like even though I was a fan of some of the old third person Resident Evils, I feel like for the future of it, it's a good refreshment. I mean, have you ever had a hot day where you drank a cold bottle of water and it felt so good? That's how refreshing this game feels. It felt so right and felt so perfect for the franchise that, you know, I don't have really much negative stuff to say about it. But other than that, it's number 1 on my list, and I hope that you guys pick it up, because right now you can actually get the gold edition for $49.99, where you can get all the DLC and the base game by itself on a copy of a disc, or you can get it on your game store on your console, Xbox, Steam, PlayStation. You can basically pick it up for $50 and you can get all the content in the game. So definitely I consider doing that, because this games would be worth it. If you're looking for a good story with horror, this game would be the perfect one for you. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments your top 5 or maybe one of your favorite games of this year. And honestly, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you agree with my top 5. Is there any that you would take out and add to, or just let me know in the comments below, guys. Give me some feedback. Appreciate it. And hit that like button if any game that I put in my top 5 is one that you enjoyed this year as well. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed. As always, XO out.